And here it is. This is the UTO Pro16. All of the same design features, all of the same innovation that was in the Pro20, that all of the reviewers and won all the awards and all the customers love, but now in a more compact, smaller, lighter model. So before we get into all the real detail of this Pro16 bike, where I am going to tell you why we believe that this is a phenomenal folding electric bike, but you would expect me to say that because I'm representing the brand and I am doing this video on the brand's UK YouTube channel. So what you really need is an independent review from someone who has got no bias whatsoever and tests all of the folding electric bikes in the market, and that person is the editor of Cycling Electric magazine. Please go to the link in this description to go and read the full review of this Pro16 bike, and I'm going to put up some of the quotes right now from that review. It is a 5-star review which basically tells you everything that I'm going to tell you in this video, that this is another amazing folding electric bike from the UTO brand. So let's get into all of the great features that are on this Pro16. Well, basically all of the great features that were on the Pro20 that has made that bike a phenomenal success are also on the Pro16. If you want to learn about all of those design features and innovation that makes these Pro Series bikes so special, then click the link that's going to appear in the corner now, where you can go and learn about all of that in real detail. But for this video, we're going to quickly run through all of the points and the design features of this bike that make it so fantastic. So first of all, we've got the all-new cockpit with the SP Connect phone integration mount. You just buy an SP Connect case for whatever phone you've got, and then you can just click your phone into there. The great thing is there's an app that connects to this bike. It gives you all of your parameters with real detail. If there's any software updates needed for the system, then you can download them through the app. And also there is navigation in the app as well, so you can navigate to your destination and not get lost. A very, very useful app that you can connect to the bike. We then also have obviously the patented auto locking hinges. This is what makes this bike so special. So it folds down and around very quickly, like so, and just locks into place. The fold and go mechanism, which is another design pattern, means that your back wheels will never separate. No matter how much I bang that, they will not separate. It's absolutely rock solid. But then if you want to actually separate them, all you do is just tap the handlebar and it pops out the back. So it holds it very securely to make sure that when you're pushing it in its folded form on a platform, they're not going to separate. But then when you want to separate them, something that holds them so steady, a simple tap of the handlebar and it releases it. Very, very clever. And then obviously this is the eureka moment. This is what everyone loves about the Pro Series. All of the magazines have said it's by far the best fold out there in the market. It's the self-locking hinges where you just go literally 2 seconds and this bike is unfolded and ready to ride. The auto locking hinges, there's no safety collars, there's no safety catches you need to do. It's just click, click, and you're ready to go. We then also have the belt drive. Obviously no maintenance, no oil, nothing to do there, nothing to look after, very clean. You're not going to get oily trousers on your commute to work. We've got the 2-speed automatic gearbox. This bike actually changes gear for you. You don't have to do anything else other than pedal. The lights come on automatically. As the light gets lower, if you're commuting in the evening, the light sensor senses that and it turns the lights on automatically. Also, if you were riding in daylight and you rode into a tunnel, then the lights would sense that and come on automatically. You can put the lights on manually if you want to. I know a lot of people like to have their lights on in the day to make sure that they're visible to other motorists. Absolutely, you can turn them on from the controller if you wanted to turn them on manually. Also, both the front and the rear lights are powered by the battery. We then have the painted seat post battery. This is our own battery design. It has the magnetic connector at the back, which self-locates, and it's at the top. A lot of seat post batteries have the connector at the bottom, very fiddly to get to. They get very dirty, they attract dirt and mud. It's not the ideal place to have it. By having a magnetic connector on the top, it's so much easier. This is our own battery system. It's the best seat post battery system out there by a country mile. We own the design pattern on it. No one else can use it. It's the only place you can get this battery is on an UTO Pro bike. Another great feature with the Pro Series bikes is the integrated battery locking mechanism. It's built into the frame. Abus are known as the premium bicycle lock brand in the world. UTO partnered with Abus to design a special lock which is integrated to the frame, which means that your seat post battery cannot be stolen. The really clever thing about that is that even in the locked position, you can still move your battery or your saddle up and down when you want to fold it. If you want to bring it back up to ride it, you don't have to unlock it to be able to have it to function on your bicycle. Very clever piece of design. Obviously, if you unlock it, then you can just pull your seat post all the way out and take the seat post to your socket to charge it. It is a completely removable battery system. Other little features that are worth noting just to really hammer home the real high quality premium product that we have here. The wheels are all made in-house with Mach 1 rims. Mach 1 is a very well-known, respected French wheel brand. Basically, when they started to make their own wheels in-house using the Mach rims, they were able to make stronger but a lot lighter wheels, up to 200 grams lighter per wheel. We have our own folding pedals which just fold in like so. Very simple, but they have an anti-slip cover on them, which means they are far better for riding in the wet. The rear rack comes as standard. On the Pro 16, it's a MIC rack, so any MIC products like baskets or bags, they will just slot on there and secure very easily with the MIC click on, click off system that they have. You also get a premium Cell Royale saddle as standard. We've got Shimano hydraulic disc brakes. Shimano obviously are the market leading brand for all components on a bicycle, and you've got full Shimano hydraulic disc brakes on the Pro range. And last but not least, what touches the road is also very important. Schwalbe Big Apple tyres on the Pro range. Schwalbe is a market leading brand for tyres. They are the go-to brand for e-bikes, so you get some fantastic Schwalbe Big Apple tyres on the Pro 16. Next, onto purpose. Why would you choose the UTO Morning Pro 16 over the UTO Afternoon Pro 20? Well, there's a few things that you might want to consider when you're making your decision about whether to go for the Pro 16 or the Pro 20. Number one is, I would say, if you are wanting to get really adventurous with your folding electric bike rides, like going down canal towpaths, bridleways, forest roads, then you are definitely going to need the Pro 20. You need the bigger wheels, you need the fatter tyres to be able to go and ride on those kinds of trails. Also, you've got the larger battery, which is giving you a range of somewhere between 70 and 80 kilometers. So obviously you're going to be able to go a lot further while you're on those adventures. Now, we know from all of our research that weight is very important. Some people are having to pick their folding electric bikes up to put them into their camper van or their motorhome, or they may have a series of steps to get up to their apartment. That is where weight is very important. And when you go to the Pro 16, the 2.1 kilograms less weight is extremely noticeable. It is far easier to pick up and put into your said motorhome or up those steps into your office or into your apartment. So if weight is something that's very important, then the Pro 16 is definitely something you need to be looking at. Another feature you need to think of when you're choosing between these two bikes is size. Obviously, with the smaller wheels and the smaller frame, we'll get into that frame dimension when we take this out for a ride in this video a little bit later. It is a smaller bike. The folded size is smaller, and I'll put that up on the screen now as a comparison. So if you do have, or you are short on space for storing your bike away, then the extra smaller compact size of the Pro 16 might be suiting you more than the Pro 20. One more thing to consider if you're choosing between these two bikes, and that is your height. If you are a very tall person, and I would say probably over 6'1", 6'2", then you are going to be needing to get onto the bigger frame of the Pro 20. The Pro 16 being the smaller bike, and although its frame dimensions are very different to most 16-inch wheel bikes, which we're going to explain a bit later in this video, it is still aimed at the slightly smaller rider than the Pro 20. But for a 16-inch wheel bike, it can fit taller riders like no other 16-inch wheel bike on the market. So there's some food for thought if you're trying to make a decision between whether to go for the Pro 20 or the Pro 16. I would heavily advise getting in touch with some of our retailers and asking whether they've got a demo bike of each of these models, because if you take them both for a ride, you will really understand the benefits of the two bikes. The Pro 20 is the big brother, so it rides like a bigger bike, but the Pro 16 is a little pocket rocket, and it also has that lighter weight and that smaller dimensions and smaller size, which is going to be very important to a lot of people. So there's a lot of info about this new UTO Pro 16 bike. But the really important thing is, a lot of times with bikes, is how do they ride? And that is where this bike really stands out in the 16-inch wheel section. So let's get out on the road and I'll explain why this bike rides unbelievably well. So let's get onto the ride of the Pro 16. Now, all 16-inch wheel electric bikes tend to feel very small and very twitchy, and that is just by their very own nature. They are smaller bikes with smaller wheels, and this is where the Pro 16 absolutely stands out against all other 16-inch wheel electric bikes currently in the market. And the reason for that is, and again, because UTO designed their own bikes, they have decided to give the Pro 16 pretty much the same wheelbase as the 20. So that means that this 16-inch wheel bike has the stability of a 20-inch wheel bike. So when you ride this bike, it doesn't feel small, it doesn't feel twitchy because of that longer wheelbase, and also those nice big fat Schwalbe tires as well. That's very, very important. It means that this bike performs so much better than all other 16-inch wheel electric bikes. Now also, I'm 6 foot tall, and it also means that this bike fits taller riders far better as well because of that longer wheelbase. With me being 6 foot, you can see here that my legs are pretty much straightening out on my pedal stroke. So this bike is the perfect size for me. I've got a nice reach to the handlebars, my arms are just slightly relaxed. It's a very relaxed riding position. This is one of the main reasons why this bike did so well in the review. Yes, all of those design features that we talked about that has made the Pro series a market leading series of folding electric bikes and has won all of those awards. You know, all those painted self-locking hinges, the fold and go, the painted battery system, that's all fantastic. But at the end of the day, it's the way a bike rides that is so important, and that is where this Pro 16 absolutely excels. I mean, I've just gone up a little hill there, by the way, no problem whatsoever. It's like a little pocket rocket. With the belt drive, it's absolutely silent. With the 2-speed gearbox, all I have to do is just pedal this bike and it changes gear for me. As I'm going uphill here, it's giving me the easier gear. If I just accelerate, okay, we've just gone into the higher gear, and now I'm going down a slightly bit of a downhill. It can handle hills with no problem whatsoever. It's an absolutely joy of a bike to ride, and it is nothing like any other 16-inch wheel electric bike that you've ever ridden before. So there is all the reasons why we believe, and Cycling Electric magazine also believes independently, that UTO is bringing you another phenomenal folding electric bike from its Pro range. It's really important to understand that UTO is a leader in this sector. It has 4 engineers in its factory that are designing these bikes from the floor upwards. That is why these bikes are so unique. That is why these bikes have got 6 design patents on them. That is why these auto-locking hinges are so good. Most other brands are not making, although they may say made in the UK, they are actually made in China, but they are being assembled in the UK. With the UTO brand, this is a completely proprietary design, designed by their own engineers in their own factory from the floor upwards, and that is why UTO is leading the way in folding electric bikes while everyone else is following.